A chance here for Huddersfield, which is swept in by Josh Karoma.
Flips this one in. Goes to the far post. Naviyama with the goal.
Good evening, one and all. How are we all doing tonight? Happy Friday. Another week has gone and we're ready for some football this weekend, of course. Obviously it's been a bit of a quiet week in terms of content created. I think it's been a quiet week. Obviously, not been on for a few. I was going to do a video on Wednesday regarding the transfer market, but to be honest with you, I just haven't had the time. Well, I haven't got around to it. So obviously, there were no content midweek, which was quite annoying for me. But we've got a busy week of content coming up anyway. So I'll sure to make up for that in the next week. But welcome back. We're back for another show. Obviously, the match preview to our game tomorrow against Southampton at St Mary's. It's going to be an interesting one tomorrow. I think obviously it's a challenge for us. I think this is why you're in football, isn't it? To test yourself against one of the best teams in the league, which they are. We're not going to pretend they're not, because they are. But that's what football's about, to test yourself against the best. And obviously we've got, players coming back. We've got players coming back from injury and things, and we've probably got our strongest squad we've actually been able to have all season, to be honest. Well, there's no think about it. We have. So, look, in the most crucial part of the season, we have got players back. So that is good for us. Just go through the comments before we get going in the preview. George says, big up Ryan. John Worthington's Barmy Army. My mic's down here. Do we see a shot win coming tomorrow and to end the Saints unbeaten run? I'm not going to answer that final question, George, just yet, because we do our score predictions. So just hold that, and I will actually answer that as we go along. But I won't answer it right now. But you'll see what I think as we go along. Yeah, big up to you. Ollie's in. Evening to you, Ollie. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate that. Hope you're well, mate. What are your thoughts on blue cards? Look, we may cover that at the end, Joshua, but obviously we are going to focus on the topic in hand tonight. But I may touch upon that later on in the show. But yeah, we're going to get to the topic in hand as well. So yeah, I hope you appreciate that. But yeah, thank you for your question anyhow. And Aiden says, hello, mate. Hope you're okay. Yeah, not so bad, mate. How are you? Good to see you in the chat as always. I'm doing all right. And big up to you as always. But yeah, let's get into it. So if you remember, obviously, when we have played them already this season, obviously our home, the John Smiths, back in November, wasn't it? And obviously, it was a very late equaliser from us. Ben Jackson getting the goal. So yeah, it was a good point for us. Obviously, Southampton, as we know, they're on this long unbeaten run, 24 games. Obviously, second in the table. Obviously, they're looking to skew their return to the Premier League. Obviously, they've only just gone down this season, but they're looking to bounce straight back. Prior to that, though, obviously, they were in the top flight for 11 years before obviously getting relegation last year. And yeah, obviously they'll be looking to continue that form tomorrow, but we will have answers for them, of course, and we'll do our best to cause them a few problems. There's no question about that. And yeah, obviously we've not really had the best of times against Southampton over the years, have we really? I know we haven't played them, obviously, quite a lot, obviously, because they've been in the Premier League and we did, obviously, when we were in the Premier League, we played them a few, but I mean, we haven't played them regular. But when we haven't really had much luck, to be honest, against these. But yeah, anybody that wants to know, our last visit to St Mary's was in May 2019. Obviously, Alex Pritchard equalised early in the second half to ensure we claimed a point. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, we are going to get into the opposition as we always do, first of all. And obviously, we'll go on to our perspective and cover all things us to finish. But yeah, before we do, let's just have a look at this. Aiden says, Ben Jackson, what a goal that was. But I think we was lucky to get a point that day, if I'm honest. I mean, yeah, we probably did ride our luck a bit in that game. But like I say, whilst it's only one goal in it, we gave ourselves that chance to obviously equalise. So as long, if you stay in a game, anything can happen. And that just proves it, isn't it? It might have been a bit lucky, but you could say that Southampton didn't finish it off, and it was still only one goal when we scored our equaliser. So they've only got themselves to blame. So, but yeah, I get what you're saying. But yeah, anyway, let's get into our opposition then, Southampton, who, like I said earlier, they are sitting in second place at the moment. Obviously, a win for them will extend their lead on third place Leeds. Obviously, as they look to secure that automatic promotion spot there. Like I say, outstanding form they're on at the moment in the league today. They've only lost 4 fixtures so far this season. They've got 61 points this so far. They cement their place at the top end of the table there. Obviously, they did have a few key absentees. Obviously, a few players that they've kind of lost. Obviously, midfielder Charlie Alcaraz and defender Mason Holgate. January saw Bournemouth loanees David Brooks and Joe Rothwell arrive, though, on the south coast. Both of whom will be looking to make their mark on the pitch before the end of their season. Now, so their manager is Russell Martin. I couldn't speak then. Obviously, he's been at the club for quite a few years, hasn't he, really, Russell? He's obviously come from MK Dons. If you look at his rise, it's been quite quick, hasn't it, really? Within his coaching kind of career. See, before arriving at Southampton, obviously he spent 2 years in South Wales as manager of Swansea. Obviously, he led them to 10th place during his second season in charge. Like I say, Russell Martin's kind of a manager that obviously likes his teams to control possession and press without the ball. And, kind of that's kind of his style, isn't it, I would say. He's won 88 of the 219 games he's overseen. His sides have lost 75 times and drawn 56 in that time. So, look, he's won more than he's lost. And that record is, kind of speaks for itself, really. Last time out, obviously, they played Rotherham. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments as I'm trying to speak. But yeah, I maybe shouldn't do that. But this obviously they beat Rotherham, didn't they, last week? So 2-0 win. So goals from Bednarek and Adam Armstrong in the first half saw them win the game. They had 74% possession in that game, 7 shots on target. Like I say, the determination kind of deciphering on the pitch. They've not lost a game since September. So Southampton have won 15 of their fixtures since, drawing only 6 times otherwise. So, look, they're on fire, aren't they, at the moment? I know obviously they've kind of but that, what I will say is that form can come to an end at some point. I don't think they're going to remain. Well, they could do. I could be wrong, but I don't think they'll be able to stay on this streak until the end of the season. They might have a little bit of a dip. Hopefully that dip comes tomorrow, but we'll just have to see. Now, I'm looking at their formation. I'm going to have a look at their team as well that they selected last week, and we can just kind of set the scene a bit of what we expect from them. Obviously, they like a 4-man defence. Obviously, Martin loves his defensive shapes used at the start of his career. Like I say, he loves that kind of back four solidity, it seems. Like I said, they usually opt with a 4-3-3, but he's also kind of used a 4-4-2 shape on several occasions this season. So you expect, I would suspect, obviously, them being at home, they probably will go with a 4-3-3. But I could be wrong. But I think that's probably what they'll go with. Now, if you look at the start of the season, though, they did actually concede quite a lot of goals at the start of the season. But obviously, since then, they've dominated in the final third to improve that goal difference and obviously cement their place towards the top end. But I think, obviously, defensively, they've kind of showed up a bit and they look a lot better now. But yeah, it's just one of those. Now, we are going to go into the ones to watch now, but we are going to get to the comments as well. But yeah, it was so hard picking players because they've got so much quality, Southampton, and that's the reality. So it was always hard going to pick. It was always going to be hard picking 3 players for their team because they've got quality across the pitch. But we're still going to stick to the 3, and we're still going to kind of, stick to what we do on this channel. So yeah. Anyway, let's have a see who has commented. Orest is in. Orest, big up, Ryan. He says, hope you're well today. Big game against Southampton. Let's see if the Terriers will be up for it. Yeah, big up to you, Orest. Thank you for nipping in. I appreciate that. And yeah, I'm not so bad. Obviously, it's the weekend, so hopefully we can have another happy weekend and, be happy tomorrow after the game. But we'll see. But yeah, it's a big game, like you say. And yeah, like I say, you say if we will be up for it. Let me tell you, we will be up for it. Worthington set the simple messages that he wants, what he expects from the team from the outset here, starting last week. We will be up for it, and we will give it everything we've got. I'm going to go into the press kind of comments from Worthington later on. But let's just say it brought a smile to my face because I thought, yeah, you know what? We're going to go there and we're going to give it a good go, and not just give them too much respect. Give them respect, of course. You've got to do with these quality sides like Southampton. But I think you can't give teams too much respect. I'm sorry, but you've got to focus on your own game and kind of, dictate play that way. But yeah, big up to you anyway. And thank you for dropping in, as I said. Aiden says players look at. Yeah, we'll read those out in a minute, Aiden. Coming Huddersfield, welcome Arthur. Hope you're well. New person to the channel, not seen you in here before, so welcome on in. I hope you're well and thank you for coming in tonight. And I hope you're well. But yeah, big up to you. Smash those likes if you haven't already. Ori says and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, big up to you. Thank you for plugging the channel as you always do, Horace. Legend there. Leeds United best team in the Championship. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure that's something that will be popular amongst the comments on here and also myself because, yeah, they're a good side. Let's be honest, they are a good side, Leeds, but I don't think they're the best side in the division. But yeah, you've gone for a score prediction. We'll save that for later. I think this Arthur I think I've spoken too soon about Arthur. Arthur, are you secretly a Leeds fan? I've got a feeling you may be. But anyway, we're going to continue with the show. So yeah, let's get into the ones to watch. Aiden, I will get to your ones to watch soon as well. Don't worry. But yeah, for me, first up, obviously, Kyle Walker-Peters for me. So he initially joined Southampton on loan, didn't he? Obviously, he's a defender. Obviously, made that move permanent in 2020. So he's been there a good few years now. So he capped England youth level. He's earned 2 senior caps for his country today as well. So he's a real attacking fullback, I believe, 26 years of age. Great with both feet, performs well with both feet. Got a lot of pace. It just comes natural to him, it seems. So allowing him to create those overlaps and overloads in the final third, while also he remains very effective when required defensively. So, you know, I think he's a great player. I think he's definitely a person that we do have to be looking out for, really. Next up has to be the top scorer for Southampton at the moment, and that is Adam Armstrong, who has hit the back of the net 15 times already. He's got 11 assists as well, so he doesn't just score, he also assists, so that's even more impressive. 11 assists, I mean, wow. More than any of his fellow teammates, so yeah, again, more assists, most goals. He came through his hometown club, Newcastle, obviously thrived on loan at Coventry before enjoying stints at Barnsley. He's been to Bolton, Blackburn Rovers. He rejoined Rovers permanently in 2018. Obviously, he's a striker, as I said, made the move to Southampton in 2021 and has since hit the ground running at this level. So, yeah, look, he's full of quality, and I think that our defence has to really be careful, and you know, we can't afford to be giving him space in that box, because we know if we do, we know where it's going. We have to try and, I know it's easier said than done because he's been so effective this season, but we just have to just give him a hard afternoon, you know, and you know, even if it's just getting a challenging, you know, early on, you know, just to say to him, we're here, we're not going to give you space and time, so you're going to have to do something special to beat us. So, yeah, but he's a very good player. I think he's great, and you know, he's obviously the most dangerous player for them going forward, in my opinion. Well, the stats don't lie, do they? Next, my final player has to be Will Smallbone, who obviously is a Republic of Ireland international. Smallbone has actually been with Southampton all of his career, making his debut in his town in the Emirates FA Cup in 2020. He's been out on loan, obviously, just once to Stoke City across the 2022-23 season as well. A very reliable, though, central midfielder is Smallbone. Obviously, great passing range. He's comfortable on the ball. Isn't afraid to make a tackle too. And yeah, like I say, he works perfectly with Martin's possession-focused tactics as well. Also, Smallbone is obviously able to drop back when required to boost his size defence. So he does both. You know, he's a real proper central midfielder. He's got a lot of quality about him. So again, that battle in that midfield will be interesting. Obviously, Matos will be around that area. And I've got full faith and confidence that he'll be able to really make it a difficult afternoon for him for sure. But yeah, obviously, yeah, for me, Smallbone is my third choice there. So Aidan, let's have a look at your players to watch and your comment as well, because I didn't actually read it out. Players to look out for. I mean, I could say the whole. Yeah, that's what I said. It's hard, isn't it, to pick 3 players, because they have got a lot of quality, as he said. But if I had to choose some, then I'll choose Fraser. Yeah, he's a good player on that left-hand side, I believe, isn't it? Walker Peters, Brooks, Che Adams, and Adam Armstrong. Yeah, Che Brooks. Yeah, good shout. Yeah, good shout that. Che Adams. Sorry, Che Adams. What am I talking about? I'm full of mistakes now. I feel like I'm in daydreamland. I'm good with player names, guys, and I've literally just messed up there. But yeah, Che Adams, of course. What am I saying? But we're gonna have a look at their starting 11 against Rotherham last week. I haven't actually uploaded the graphic, but obviously I'll go through the lineup that they had. Have I missed any comments whilst we do that? I thought Premier League would have went through once they got relegated. Yeah, well, I mean, they've done well to keep. I don't know what you're talking about because I can't remember what I was saying at that point, but they've done well to kind of keep quite a strong core of their side, haven't they, really? John Eustace has been appointed as Blackburn manager. Yeah, he has, hasn't he? Yeah, I saw that, yeah. So that rules him out of the reckoning for the job here. But yeah. Carl, Kyle Walker-Peters is so versatile. I thought a team like Brighton might have gone for him for an upgrade on Lamptey and a rotation option for Estepinian. Yeah, I mean, look, Walker-Peters, obviously, they've done well to keep him, haven't they? But, yeah, Brighton, potentially, would have been an upgrade. But, yeah, you said Walker-Peters, Josh, you were. But, yeah, good point. But, yeah, let's have a look at their team then. Last week. Oh, bless me, blow me neck. Right, I'm having a sneezing. Nice, this is not a good time to have a sneezing when I'm on live. But anyway, obviously their goalkeeper, obviously Gavin Bazunu, will be in the goal. Obviously they've played back four, as we said. Walker-Peters, Taylor, Howard Bellis, Bednarek, and Ryan Manning. The three that they played with was Will Smallbone, Flynn Downs, and Stuart Armstrong. And obviously the front three, Che Adams down the middle, Adam Armstrong on the left, and Ryan Fraser on the left, sorry, Adam Armstrong on the right, yeah. So if we're talking about that lineup, I probably expect it to be very similar tomorrow. I don't think they'll. I think usually they have a settled, pretty much a settled 11. So I can't see them. Maybe it might be one player that they may bring in over someone that start last weekend, but I expect to see the majority of these players starting because this is their strongest 11 by the looks of it. I've been looking at the bench as well. So yeah, so that's kind of what to expect. But like I say, it's going to be a tough game. We're going to give them respect, but we don't give them too much respect. And we have to play our game and we have to do what we can. Southampton, great season they've had. Eventually, obviously, the slow starters, but they found the form, obviously, and they're on that long unbeaten run. So full credit to them for that. But yeah, anyway, let's get into our perspective then. This is where the fun and games begins. So yeah, I want to touch upon something like, before I actually get into the team and things, yeah. I've seen this narrative, and I'm going to be real with you because I always am real on this channel, yeah. The narrative on the build-up to this game, I've been seeing, this is a free hit game and all this, and I'm sorry, but I hate that phrase. I really do. Because let me tell you, no game is a free hit. Because for me, I see every game as an opportunity to win. Yes, they have more quality than us, but that doesn't mean we can't go there and get a result and win. Because this is the championship. And anything can happen. But I just hate that phrase, a free hit game. Every game is a chance to win. As long, and if we don't, and we give it a go, and we don't gift them the win, you know what I mean? We go about it in the right manner, and if we perform to our best, and they beat us, then I'll say, you know what, fair play. That's it. That's fine. But on about the word free hit, I hate it. It is just not something that is ever come into my vocabulary when I'm, supporting my team, because I just think it's such. Why is it such a free hit? Because at the end of the day, yes, they're doing well, but we know the unpredictability of this league, as I said. And again, it's 11v11, so it's about what happens on the day, really. So yeah, I just thought I'd put that in there before we get into the team news. Now, as I said, our squad is looking fantastic. It really is. Obviously, Helic missed last week, didn't he? But he's kind of touch and go still for this game, but he's very close. He has been training this week because I've seen it on the inside training video on the town YouTube. So yeah, it's a bit close whether he will make it or not. I hope he does, but we'll have to see. But like I say, he's in training, so that's positive news. Nakayama is back in contention. Obviously, he's returned. after being at the Asian Cup with Japan. So he's back in contention, a good boost to have that depth. I think Nakayama is a player that we've seen bits that what he can do, but we've never really seen maybe consistency with him as of yet. So it'd be interesting to see how he gets on now until the end of the season, see what he, obviously now he's fit and obviously and he's back from international duty. So, but it's good to have that option, isn't it? You know, having someone like Nakayama, you know, just to bolster that defense, you know, the depth wise. But yeah, good to have him back. Bojan is fit. He will be available, which I did expect anyway to be there, because like I say, the injury last week was only, well, I say only, but it was a concussion injury. So obviously he did have a bit of a whack. So I think it was just precautionary, if anything. So it wasn't an injury that you thought, oh, this could be a lengthy spell out. It was just a collision. I think he just took it out of him a bit. So so yeah, obviously Bojan's back. It will be available. Sorry. Now, obviously, Healy is another story, unfortunately, because he will be out for the next few weeks. We expected it, didn't we, really? You know, obviously, groin injuries, you know, when you get a groin injury, you do expect a player to be out for a number of weeks. So that comes as no surprise, but he's still very frustrating because, like I say, he's only just come into the club and he's already injured. So, honestly, I hope that isn't a sign for things to come, really, you know, in terms of Healy's availability and his injuries. Because, you know, yes, I know groin injuries can happen, and it's one of those where, you know, it's just unfortunate, isn't it? But I just hope it's not a bad omen. You know, obviously he's only just coming in, he's already injured. So, yeah, anyway, we'll have to see. Danny Ward is back in full training, but he won't be ready this weekend. I think when Worthington spoke to the media yesterday, he had been on the grass for the first time, full training. So, yeah, it'd be too soon for him this weekend. But obviously, he'll be back in contention. I mean, look, Danny Ward, for me, I'm baffled how he's still at the club, if I'm honest. Because, yes, okay, he helped us so much end of last season and he's brilliant under Warnock. But, you know, I still don't think he offers us enough, really, in terms of consistency, availability. You know, look how long he's been out this season. It's just been ridiculous, really. So look, it's one of those. It's Danny Ward is an option. At least it's another option, I suppose. You know, so once he's back, but obviously it won't be there this weekend anyway. As I said, David Kasumu's back, and Jack Radoni will return after their illnesses last weekend, which is really good news. Especially Radoni, because obviously Radoni is always one of my starters in the team. But yeah, so yeah, good to see those two return. And Bergzorg is obviously been on the grass as well, hasn't he? So I don't know. I can't remember if Worthington said he might be available this weekend, but I'm not sure if he will. He might be next few games. We might get to see him, but. Brilliant boost to have Bergzorg back on the training field, and you know that's really good. So yeah, that's the team news. So now we've done all the team news. We're gonna do our team lineups. So guys, if you want to get your team lineups in the chat, please feel free to post them in the chat. And I love kind of comparing how we kind of differ in terms of team selections. Pretty sure we'll be on the same page this week, to be honest with you. Having obviously won so emphatically last weekend, I think, you know, most people would keep a settled side in that regard. But obviously one player for me will come in. But apart from that, two players, in fact, I've made two changes to my selection, actually. But more or less, you know, majority of the team stays the same. But yeah, get your team lineups in, guys, and we'll obviously read them out after we've done mine. So let me get my team lineup up here. Here we go. So this is the team I would go for. I'm going to run obviously through my team here. I'm going to turn off the banner so you can obviously Nichols in goal. We know who's in goal anyway. So we've got like I say, I think the 4-2-3-1 would suit us quite well in this game. Again, it's this formation that probably, is the best one for us. Back four, Brody Spencer at left back, Hellick. Now, I know Hellick is touch and go, so obviously if Hellick doesn't make it, obviously I put Lees in there with Balka. But for me, I know it may be harsh on Lees, but for me, Hellick and Balka, I said it before, I think those two are our big centre halves now. I'm afraid. Obviously, Balka's coming for big money. I think he's looked good when he looked good last week on his home debut. So I think Balka has to start for me. Then obviously Matty Pearson. Now I was a bit thinking about this side, because if you look at who Pearson is going to be up against tomorrow, he's going to be up against, who did I say was on the... Is it Ryan Fraser on that left for them? Yeah, Ryan Fraser. Ryan Fraser is quite fast, as we know, and obviously Stuart Armstrong as well down that side. Ryan Manning likes to get down that wing as well, from fullback. But yeah, for me, Sorba has to come and help Pearson, and that's why I've gone for Pearson, because I think Sorba has to come back and help him out, and others have to help him as well. Obviously, Matos he's all over Matos, so Matos will come and help him as well. But he does need to be backed up when in those areas, because I just feel like Pearson's pace, he's just not got much pace, has he? So that's a big issue that obviously of his game. But yeah, I have to keep him in because he did score last week and he did play quite well last week as well. So I can't. Well, I could take him out, but I just don't think. I just think on the basis of everyone will be digging in and helping him out when we're defending down that side, then I will put him in. Because I do think he's a solid defender as well to have at the back. Good positionally, he might not be the quickest, but he's good positionally, and he does. He's a no nonsense defender you want in that defense for me. But yeah, so that's my thinking there. Obviously, Hogg partners Matos in that midfield, the two kind of DMs there. But obviously, when we're attacking, obviously Matos likes to go a bit further forward, as we know. But he will have to be wary of getting back if he does, obviously, go forward, and then it kind of comes to nothing because you'll have to get back quickly. But yeah, them two in the midfield. Matos has been superb and he's only going to keep getting better. So for me, Matos is just what a player. I just love him. I can't wait to see him tomorrow. But anyway, Sorba Thomas obviously on the right there. Jack Redoni comes in for me. Jack obviously missed last week, but for me, I like him in that area. He pulls the strings, tries to make things happen. And yeah, for me, he would have started last week had he have not obviously got ill. So yeah, Redoni in that cam position there, and Karoma obviously on the left. Obviously he's on the back of 2 goals last weekend. Good for him to do that, and great goals as well. Obviously Sorba got a goal last week as well. But yeah, that's for me. And then obviously Bojan will obviously lead the line for us tomorrow. I know Karoma did do well at centre forward when obviously he was asked to do that role when Bojan and Healy had to come off. But for me, Bojan is our striker, so Karoma has to go back out on the wing because that is his best position. I know he did well at centre forward for us last week, but yeah, he goes back out on the wing. So yeah, that's my team, guys. So let me know what you think of my team. And obviously we're going to go through the comments now because I know I've got a few messages here. And yeah, so we're going to get that off screen now. And we're going to have a look. George says Michael has got another interview times the day after his failing. They weren't impressed with. I mean, to be honest with you, George, I don't know what to believe with that. I did see that as well on social media, admittedly, but I don't think it was from a reliable source, to be honest with you. So I'm just taking it with a pinch of salt, really. I don't know. I'm not too. I don't know what to think really, but yeah, we know. Ori says, I 100% agree with it. I hate when people say, oh, it's a free hit game. We don't need to win. These players are professionals and they are paid to play and win. None of this free hit excuse. Spot on, mate. Spot on, Ori. Listen, me and you are on the same page on most things. So, yeah, honestly, you echo my sentiments of what I said earlier. And, yeah, it's just, like I said, these players are professionals and they're paid to play and win. And like I say, the point of elite sport is to win. You know, some fans of our fan base, I'm sorry, I'm not calling anyone, but I'm just saying, some fans of our fan base have such a low standards. You know, there's no, I mean, I can't think of, but just low standards. You know, what is that is just such a poor mentality to have when you're saying, ooh, this game's a free hit, we're all right, don't worry about it. No. Because if you go into that with that mindset, we may as well not turn up tomorrow. The players may not. Let's just give them the win in that. You know, let's just give them a win then. If that's what we're saying, it's a free hit. Let's just give them the win. Because why not? You know what I mean? I hate the phrase, honestly. I hate it. But yeah, it's an excuse. It's an excuse, and I hate excuses like that. It's all about giving 100% effort in the shirt, win, draw, lose. Exactly. And that's what I said earlier, Oris. I said, look, you know, we go with a game plan tomorrow, give it our all, give it our best. If we perform to our best and Southampton win, as I said earlier, then so be it. I will accept that. I don't like losing because I'm a winner, but I will take that because you can't expect the players to do any more. If they're playing to their highest levels, but yet still don't win, then it's just one of those things, unfortunately. It happens. You know, if the other team's better than you, quality, you know, in terms of performance, then you can't do anything, can you? But we just expect 100% effort, like you say, and just to give it a go. Joseph's in. Good evening to you. 4-2-3-1, he's gone. Nichols in goal, obviously. Spencer, Hellick, Pearson, Nakayama. I was a bit tempted to put Nakayama in, you know, Joseph. So I like that. Matos, Sorba, Radone, Karoma, and Rudulovic. So you've gone for a very similar lineup here, Joseph, to mine. But yeah, I do like. I was umming and ahhing about starting Nakayama. I was. So if I saw this lineup tomorrow, I would be more than happy. To be honest with you, yeah, I would. I would be more than happy. To be honest, you've got the same lineup as me, apart from Nakayama coming in. So yeah, fair play to you, mate. I do like that. I do like that indeed. So big up to you. Aiden says 4-2-3-1 as well. Nichols in goal. Pearson, Lees, Balker, Spencer, Hogg and Matos, with Karoma, Radoni, and Thomas and Radulovic. Guys, we are literally nearly on the same page, which I knew we would do. You have put, you don't think Hellick will make it tomorrow, which is fair enough. So you've gone, yeah. So, yeah. But, yeah, that would be my lineup if Hellick isn't fit as well. So, Aiden, I'm loving the lineup, mate. And you've also said, mate, here's a tricky question. Would you start Ben Wiles tomorrow after last week's performance? I mean, look, it is good. It's fantastic to have these selection dilemmas, isn't it? Because look at what we've had to put up with this season in terms of selections. We've been struggling for play. We've been struggling to feel the, you know, we've just filled the bench with youngsters that haven't had any experience. And we've just been struggling for players to come off the bench to make an impact. But now, look at how much depth. Well, I'm not going to say we've got the best depth, but we have got some depth now, which is just nice. Would I start him? Obviously, my lineup suggests not, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think that Ben Wiles did fantastic when he came on, yeah, and I think he has actually given the manager a headache ahead of this weekend. But I just think that maybe that option from the bench again will be a best suited option for him in this game. And see how he does again. Now, if he keeps continuing to produce these, you know, performances where he's coming off the bench and he's producing, and I think it's going to have to come to a point where we're going to have to say, hang on a minute, that's a couple of times now that he's come off the bench and he's started to make an impact. So we have to give him a starting spot, surely. So I think we just have to just keep him as it is, I think, and, utilize him from the bench for now and see how he goes. And then we'll kind of judge him on that. But certainly if he keeps the form up from the bench and he keeps getting opportunities from the bench and he keeps performing, then he's going to have to come into the mix, isn't he? But I just don't know where he would come in, though, because I don't know. I just don't know who I would be putting out instead of him at the moment. I just don't know. But yeah, thank you for that and great lineup, and thank you for the question as well. Ori says the aim of a league spot is to win and compete. Treat every game like a cup final and leave everything in that shirt. Absolutely, Orist. I mean, me and you, we've got the same mentality when it comes to football in terms of, we want to win. We want to win. Like you say, vital words, compete. Treat every game like it's cup final. Show pride in that shirt. Give everything you've got. Show the intent to try and get some goals in, and leave everything out there on that pitch, So, listen, big up to you. This is a brilliant comment for sure as well. Spot on. So you agree? Yeah. You agree with me as well, what I said earlier about it too. Josh says, yes, he did. I shared it on my socials. I was really pleased for Chrome. I wish I could get that card, Chrome's card on FIFA, but I know it's EA FC 24, but I still call it FIFA, guys, but yeah, it was great to see him get a team of the week informed card, 85 rated, wasn't he? So, and you packed him. Look at you. I wish we could do a little trade, Joshua. I've actually already gone through my formation, Joshua. I've actually gone for a 4-2-3-1 tomorrow. Yeah, I did have my lineup earlier. I don't know if you missed it, but yeah. Or if I were a manager in general, right? I do like the 4-2-3-1, but I've mentioned the 4-4-2 as well on numerous occasions. So I wouldn't like to be a predictable manager. I'd like to be like a manager that kind of mixes it up a bit, kind of settles for the same formation more often than not. But sometimes, just catch the opposition off guard with a bit of a change tactically. But so yeah, 4-2-3-1 probably would be my number one. Because I do think even though it's a one striker up front, it's technically not, because when you're attacking, you've got your wingers on either side that'll get forward to support the striker, and then you've got obviously your cam behind the striker really helping out there, and and getting in behind. So I think for me, 4-2-3-1 and then 4-4-2 would be my top two formations. Kevin Nagel, go appointing Ryan for manager. He says, blooming heck, calm down, Orist. I mean, you're the coach, you're not me. I mean, I'd like to think that I know what I'm talking about on football terms. And obviously, I've done a bit of coaching before, but not consistently, obviously. But I've done a bit of coaching on the football front. But yeah, I mean, Nagel, if you want, I'm only. Well, it's good to have a little joke in it, but yeah, I think they should go on I think Kevin Nagel should go on appoint you, Orest, because, like I say, you're the coach week in week out at your club at the moment, so you've got more experience technically than me. Anyway, it's good to have a laugh, guys, now and again. But yeah, Aiden says, "Oh yeah, can I just say I hope Josh Ruffles gets well soon after he got that injury." Come back stronger, Ruffs. I mean, yeah, I echo these sentiments. Obviously, really unfortunate for Josh Ruffles actually, because he has had a lot of injury issues, and he's had another setback. So we're not gonna kind of see him now this season, obviously. But yeah, like I say, I echo these sentiments. Come back stronger indeed. Josh Ruffles there. Brexit 4-4-2. Sean Dyche over here. Listen, I don't think a 4-4-2. Yeah, I don't want to get tactics with people, because I'm not going to say I'm clued up on tactics, but I do know what I'd like to think I know what I'm talking about. Obviously, I've been following football for a while, but 4-4-2 is always associated with someone like Sean Dyche, and I don't think 4-4-2 should be labelled just the Sean Dyche way. I think you can play 4-4-2 in different ways. It doesn't have to be the style that he operates in the 4-4-2 system. I think you can, you can kind of, not just launch it long. You can still play on the floor and obviously play possession based in a 4-4-2. So yeah, I don't really associate Sean Dyche. I know obviously Sean Dyche likes 4-4-2, but I think you can play 4-4-2 differently. You don't have to follow the Sean Dyche way if you're going 4-4-2. But yeah, Keith, good evening to you, Keith. New person on the channel, welcome in, mate. Thank you for coming in. When Mr. Walnut said instead of 3-8, it was more head games. That's why I think. But every game, the team should think it's 3 points. If not, should not be playing. I mean, look, Warnock did say that. He did say that on numerous occasions. I'm aware of that as well, by the way, about the free hit. I always spoke out on that. I said I don't particularly like it when he kind of wrote games off sometimes. I think there were a few games where you could tell he just kind of said, you know what, let's just not even try to win the game really. But yeah, like you say, I agree. We're on the same page really, aren't we? In terms of, every game, the team should think we can go out there and get the 3 points, and like you say, if not, they shouldn't be playing. So, like you say, elite sport is to win. So these players, have to want to win. Come on, Josh, you now stop getting personal with me. You no, they are not, and I am not Sean Dyche's best friend. I just like 4-4-2, but my own way. Ryan's way, Joshua, not Sean Dyche. Ryan's way. Anyway, Joseph says, where is Bergso going to fit in our team when he's back? We have Bojan, Sorba, and Chroma in attacking three. I mean, good point, Joseph. But again, it's a good headache to have this, having that, that selection dilemmas, because we haven't had it for the majority of this season. And the fact that we actually having to ask these questions now, obviously with players returning, it's actually a good thing. I don't know. Honestly, the answer to this question, I don't know where he would fit in. But obviously, it would still be very useful from the bench. If not, obviously, I don't think you can drop. Mind you, Bojan still has to kind of, produce for us. I know it's still early days, but he still has to start doing things. But Bergzog is a good option from the bench as well. So a good player to come on, out on the hour mark, freshen it up a bit. So, and I think that's the role he'll have to play for now, even though I think Bergzog is a very good player. So, yeah. Keith says, keep up the good work, up the sound. Yeah, thank you very much for your support, Keith. Thank you for that, for those kind words. I do my best. But yeah, let's get into the press conference then. So obviously, I'm going to do Brodie Spencer's press conference first, and then we're going to go on to Worthington. So we're going to just kind of go through the quotes here of what was said in the press, rather than play the videos this week. But I think it was just too long that I think sometimes it's hard. I know I did say maybe I should kind of pick out a few clips, but I've not really done that this week. So I'm just going to kind of read the quotes that were said. So Spencer acknowledged that his side have been obviously really boosted by last weekend's victory, which was obviously our biggest win of the season. His quote was, I think it's a massive boost. I think it's what we've all been waiting for. In the previous game against QPR, I think we were very unlucky conceding a last-minute goal. So to be able to go out there and put on a performance, especially when you're at home in front of the home fans, and be able to get the 3 points was massive for everyone in the team. It's just a big confidence boost. And yeah, I think that I was really impressed with Brodie, when he spoke to the media, actually. I think he was very mature, spoke a lot of sense. And yeah, like I said, it's kind of echoing the sentiments that we've already said. We already said it during the week, didn't we, about how that win last week was more than just a win. It was massive, so much in so many different ways. Psychologically, that boost that we needed, because it, before, it was very flat. So it was a massive boost. He obviously goes and say, obviously Southampton are a very good team, and everyone in the change room knows that. But we're a very good team, and we know if we go down there and put on a proper performance, we'll be able to come away with 3 points. So again, it's nice to have that positive mentality here with these players, and Brody's no exception here. He acknowledges that they are a good team, and I've already said they are a good team because he can't say they're not. They're a quality team. But it's the fact that they've got belief, in the short space of time that Worthington's been in, temporary charge. He's really instilled that belief and that confidence. And obviously last week's win will have helped that confidence massively as well. But I just think Worthington on that training pitch has really instilled that belief and confidence in these players, because I really do think that their confidence was really low when, prior to Worthington obviously taking the reins temporarily. So, look, but I also like the belief that he's got as well. He says, we know we've got a good team, as long as we have got a good team. I see people saying, oh, we're lacking so much quality. And yes, we probably are lacking a lot of quality, but we're not a bad side. We're a good side in this division. We've been seriously underperforming this season, with the approach that we've had to game because of the manager. But I think if we put on a proper performance, like I said, we have that belief that we can go and win this game. And that's the mentality that you want to hear from players. So Spencer, superb words there. And he said also about Worthington, what's it like, obviously working with Worthington, obviously him being obviously kind of working with him. And he said it's absolutely unreal. For Spencer, obviously, if anyone doesn't know, obviously obviously Worthington has been with Spencer for pretty much the very first, time he came to the club, and he's really developed him as well into that player he is today. And he acknowledged that. He said that himself. He also said to be able to see him have the first team manager job is a big thing for me, and especially the rest of the lads who he's worked with. So yeah, there's that real bond and connection with with these players, with some of these players that Worthington's got under his disposal whilst he takes the team. And I think that the respect that obviously Brody has for him, obviously helping him, from the very first moment he walked through the door at Huddersfield, he's been there right with him, helping him along. So yeah, listen, I think the respect across the board, really, the whole team respects Worthington. You can see that, and that performance last week proved that, and the victory proved it as well. Really did. We were really. I felt like what's the word? I felt like we went out last week and proper put in a shift, and really kind of they went the extra yards. They really went the extra yards, and and you could see that was obviously for the fans, because like I said, they want to perform for them. But also, I think Worthington, they want to go impress Worthington as well and go that extra yard for him because the respect that they have for him. So yeah. But yeah, let's have a look what else he has to say. Yeah, here we are. Worthy knows that every single one of the academy lads would absolutely do anything for him. We all know what he expects from us on and off the pitch. So to be able to know that he trusts you, it sends you out there with full confidence. I mean, yet again, it's just echoing those sentiments I said it before, really, about the academy lads that are obviously in the side now obviously know Worthington a lot. And yeah, they know the expectations, and that that belief as well has really come from the fact that he trusts in these players, trusts Brodie Spencer to do the job for him and really put in a strong performance. And like you said, it sends you out there with full confidence. So they're already full of confidence before they've stepped out there. So I think that bodes well. Final few quotes now from Brodie. He's one of the most honest men I've ever met in my life. He tells you stuff exactly how he sees it. There's no ifs, buts, and maybes with him. He tells you what he wants and how he wants it, and he shows you how he wants it, so you know what you're doing. He's very straightforward and very easy to work with. So again, him saying these things doesn't surprise me at all, because I got the impression that this was the case. Worthington's a straightforward, down-to-earth guy, and just wants the best for the team. And like I say, he's very easy to work with, and that, like you said, so that, again, really good. One of the main things about having a connection with your manager is knowing that he's going to be honest with you and tell you when you're wrong and when you're right. And I think that means you can be honest with yourself, so you know where to improve as well. I mean, this final quote here, I think this is really good, because I think that, the connection is there. And, it's, that when for example, when your manager is going to be honest with you, and you're going to, he's going to tell you when you do wrong and when you're right as well. That allows you to be honest with yourself, like you said. So you know where to improve, because, these players are still developing, these youngsters. Our squad is fairly young. Obviously, there's quite a bit of experience in there as well, obviously, but I think that we've got quite a young squad. So these players are still learning. So they want to know how to improve too. And they just need that guidance and that help to do that. So, look, Brody, fantastic interview. And that's the first time I've actually heard him kind of speak properly, right? Like, obviously, for as long as he has, like, a proper interview like that. So it was good to hear him as well, hear him speak what he had to say. But great mentality he has. And that goes throughout the team, I would say. I'm going to go keep up the good work and wish Huddersfield the best. Big up to you, Joshua. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for wishing us the best. Just seen a rumour that we are announcing our new manager on Monday. I don't know how true it is. It is on down at the Mac. Ooh, right. Well, DATM, usually a very quite reliable, I would say. Maybe I'm wrong, but usually when you see something there. To be honest with you, though, I did kind of expect an announcement. I was kind of thinking, is it going to be today? And then obviously, Worthington will still take the side tomorrow, but then he'll start work on Monday. Because I think I said that on Monday, didn't I, when I did the review show. But I also thought it might most likely going to be Monday, this announcement. So, I think Monday seems quite a realistic time to announce it. And I think that's when it will be. So, we'll just have to see, Joseph. But we're going to get into Worthy's comments now. Obviously, kept being asked about, about the manager's situation and things, and it's always been the same answer with this. But he said he's looking no further than Saturday's clash at Southampton. So he continues to take the first team on a temporary basis. His quote initially was, "Like I've said straight from the start, it's game by game. My focus is just on Southampton." Worthington said at a press conference on Thursday afternoon, like I say, it was Thursday. He goes and said, "Been very well supported from Mark Cartwright and Jake Edwards and above, and they're giving me their full backing for the game on Saturday, and we'll look no further than that, really." So I don't, these media people, I don't know why they expect, these temporary managers or whatever to kind of answer for the club in a way. I know obviously the manager is the only one in the spotlight at the time, and obviously they answer the question about, what's happening with the manager and things. But I don't think, obviously the manager that's in now, obviously the caretaker manager, he has to just focus on the games in hand and just check the team as long as he's required. He says we're having regular conversations just in general regarding the squad and the games, but I think they're underway with that process. To be honest, I will leave them to that, and I'll support the best I can for them in helping the team and the squad. He's obviously was asked about last week, obviously, and his kind of experience of, kind of being given this chance, to step up to the first team, even if it is temporarily. And he just obviously said he's loving it, to be honest. He's loving the experience. He's loving the challenges personally as well. He feels like he thrives in those situations, which absolutely he does. And he's just enjoying it, and he's taking each challenge as it comes. and ultimately always trying to just prepare the players the best we can for the game, he said. So, look, his mentality, his experience that he's gaining from this is just second to none for me. He then goes and says, I've had quite a few roles now and I'm definitely progressing. In terms of where I'd want to be, I don't try and look too far ahead. As long as I'm developing and improving in what I'm doing, as long as I'm impacting, then I'm quite happy with that. So again, he's very focused, isn't he? He's very focused in yes, okay, he's got a goal that he wants to get to, but he's very focused on wanting to develop first of all. Keep developing, and then the rest will take care of itself. And yeah, progressing as a coach. So I just think, honestly, everything that this guy says, I just have to applaud. I just think, wow, he just speaks complete sense. I don't think there's one thing he said that I've disagreed with. I know it's only been obviously a game, but since he's come to, taken charge of the first team, he's not said one thing wrong to me. And I don't know if that's with my tinted glasses on, but I'm being honest. I don't think he said anything that I think, oh, I don't really agree with there. I've agreed with everything he said. So listen, this guy is we just love him. Let's get into the comments. I know there's some more quotes I'm going to read now about the Southampton game specifically and Russell Martin's team. Jose, it said on there, Worthington will take charge on Wednesday too, and then the new manager starts on Thursday. Really? All right. Well, we'll just have to see. Like I said, none of us really know, do we? We're just having to be patient and seeing what happens. But yeah, we'll just have to see then. Obviously, like I say, we're in safe hands until the new manager comes in. So if Worthington takes the game on Wednesday as well, then fair enough. But I do think we need to be getting somebody in. We don't want to rush it, but we have been taking our time with it as well. So, but I think next week is definitely the time we announce it. But it's just when, isn't it? So we'll just have to see. Aiden says that's what I hate in press conference when they asked about other things, the opposition, blue cards, ETs, when really you should be asking questions about the club. I mean, yeah, it's just annoying, isn't it? But that's the media for you, I suppose, Aiden. But yeah, it's one of those. But yeah, let's have a look at what he says about Southampton. Russell Martin side of the highest, like I say, the highest percentage possession-based stuff and all that. But he insisted very firmly and straight away that they are not going to St. Mary's just to sit back against their opponents. And this is what we want to hear, isn't it? This is what we want to hear. Because we said it earlier. You have to go into that game and approach it like you feel like you're going to win the game and actually give it a go. So the fact that it's been backed up from the manager saying he doesn't want us to sit back. Yes, we give them respect, but we're not giving them too much respect because you can't, because you're just going to get walked all over. If you gave every team that you face too much respect, you would get walked over every game. So I'm sorry, but it's just logic, innit? You don't sit back in any game. I don't care who you're against. Yes, you play with caution, and yes, I'm not saying go full out all attack against these because they're a good side, but there still has to be a balance, doesn't there? So yeah, good to hear that. He says, I think they're impressive. He said, good manager. They've got some talented players, obviously, but again, I think we've touched on them, and we'll have a clear plan going into the game on Saturday to try and get a result. So again, this idea, this mentality, I just love it because look, he's acknowledging that yes, they're a good side, they've got talented players, but hang on a minute, it's about us and what we do in this game as well, and we'll go there with a clear plan, and we'll try and get a result. We'll do our best to get a result, and that's what it's brilliant to hear. It's first and foremost, you've got to go with a positive mindset, absolutely. And I've been really clear with the lads. We don't just want to sit back. So the message is clear. The message is loud and clear. We are not going there to sit back, which is music to our ears. And we are going there with a game plan. And we're going there with a positive mindset that we can win this game. So listen, the manager, if my manager said that to me, saying all the if obviously the players obviously listen to the press conference, it's obvious, or they'll know what was said. If my manager's coming out and saying these things, this would just give me such a buzz, to play. You know what I mean? It would give me that extra buzz that you need in a game. I just think it'd be really nice to hear, really. You know what I mean? It'd just be a good feeling to hear your manager come out and say these things. So, well, yeah. Well said, Worthy. I mean, yeah, listen, this press conference, you do from the moment it starts to the moment it ends, you just got for me, I've just got a smile on my face because I just think, wow, this guy just speaks so much sense, and I just can't disagree with anything he says. John Worthington's Birmingham, indeed. Joseph, indeed. So he then goes on to say, we've got to respect the opposition. So a lot of the work has been around that, and although they're a good side, there are areas that we think we can exploit because I believe we've got a really good squad. So again, instilling that belief and that confidence in the group. He believes in this group fully because he's echoed it on numerous occasions in these quotes that we've got a really good squad. All this positivity that he's saying in the press. He's a real motivator, isn't he? You can see that, and it's just really good to hear, really. So yeah, we're not going there to just turn up, really, which obviously is what you need to do. But yeah, he's also done his research. He thinks that there's areas that we can exploit in that, up against Southampton, and we have got good players to step up to make that plan work. So yeah, I like it. And just the next quote he said was, "I think it's a balance. Respect where they're in the league, respect the run that they're on, but also definitely not going with fear. And I don't expect us to do that at all." So yeah, you can't go into games with fear, can you? I think we'll all agree on that. And it is about a balance. That's what I said earlier as well. But yeah, we can't go with fear. And like I say, these players aren't going to be going into this game fearful because, like I say, John Worthington has instilled every positive thing you can think of, and really, fear is nowhere to be seen in this camp anymore. I think that we're in a good headspace. I do. I think we are. Obviously, reflected on the Sheffield Wednesday win. Obviously, said it's been a fantastic week. Great to end the week on such a high, but also a pretty draining week as well. I thoroughly enjoyed it. He said, "I think I said after the game in some of the interviews, those memories can never be taken away. And it was fantastic for me to be able to share that with my family," which is nice to hear. "It's been really good training this week," he said. "I can't wait for the game. The lads are in a really good place. Training's been lively this week. And again, just going into it with a real positive attitude through all the squad." Again, these quotes are just... I'm actually smiling as I'm reading them, which just speaks volumes. But, like I said, we can see that the lads are in a good place. Training again, lively, positive, every day, positive. It only, it's going to it's going to transfer into the games, isn't it? The positivity that on the training ground is where you obviously work towards what you want to do, but also that positivity going into games. That's part and parcel of. If it's a negative training ground, it's going to be negative on match days as well, isn't it? So, yeah, that's kind of my perspective. To win the game, but then obviously to score the 4 goals as well, everyone was gave a boost and a lift. I think the lads are going to be buoyant into the game on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, again, he's obviously talking about the win last week. Yeah, like I say, he has. Scoring 4 goals is no mean feat. I don't care who you're playing. 4 goals, obviously a win, gives a big boost. We all said it tonight. And yeah, we're really buoyant and full of confidence going into this game. He said, "I think that's good. I'd rather..." Oh yeah, he was asked about selection dilemmas, obviously having the depth, a bit more depth now. And he said, "I think that's good. I'd much rather be in that position and having quality players available and players who we're talking about in good form. So yeah, again, spot on. But yeah, that's the press conference really. But yeah, it's one of those. We are going to get into our score predictions. So we're going to do our score predictions. So get your score predictions in the chat, everyone, and we'll read those out. But yeah, Worthington really gives you a boost knowing that we've got somebody on like that in the dugout helping the team. I have full faith, confidence in this guy, and I think he's a really top coach, and he's really progressed over the years in the academy, and potentially, it wouldn't surprise me if he obviously he goes into first team, obviously senior football. Sorry, should I say, in terms of managing, over the next few years maybe. But yeah, he's happy where he is at the moment with the academy, and obviously helping out first team at the moment. But yeah, really positive, really good, and let's bring that on the table tomorrow. And I have every faith, and I know that even if we don't get a result, I know that we will go there, give a good account of ourselves, give it everything, play positively, try and get a result, try and win, try and score everything, obviously. And that's all you ask. That's all you ask, 100% commitment, and players show the intent to try and win the game. If we do that, then I'm happy. The rest will take care of itself. But yeah, anyway, score predictions. I'm kind of going on. But anyway, so yeah, my prediction. I'm going to go first. I've seen predictions in the chat already, but I'm going to go first. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Huddersfield win. We're going to end the Saints' formidable form because, as I said, it has to end at some point. Well, it doesn't have to, but I do believe it will end at some point. And I think that, I don't know, I've just got a real funny feeling that we can do this. And I've got belief that we can do this, And like I said, the squad is looking good. And the manager's saying out the right things, the training's been fantastic. Another fantastic week of training as well. We're on the back of the fantastic win last weekend. The signs are there to really kick on now and get a big result here. Because let me tell you, if we get this result, this would be a massive statement of intent, and it'll, probably surprise a few because I know a lot of people are writing us off. But if me 2-1 Town, goal scorers, I'm going to go for Koroma to get another one. I just think that Matos is due a goal. I think his performances have warranted it. I just think Matos is going to get a goal. I just have an inkling that he will, but yeah. That's my score prediction. This is my prediction for this match. I'm going to go for a Southampton 0, Huddersfield 1. Koroma to score the goal. Nice. I think I saw on the socials that the supercomputers actually predicted us to go for predicted us to win 1-0 this weekend as well in the supercomputer. I can't remember where I saw it now, but thought that was quite good as well to see that the supercomputer also predicted us to win. So yeah, but yeah, you've gone for the same score on there, 1-0. Koroma as well, same as me. Josie, I think it will be a 2-3 Town win. Wow, what a game this will be. Che Adams, Adam Armstrong for them, Koroma, Bojan, and Pat Jones. Nice. Well, very interesting predictions to say the least. So Aiden's gone for a 1-0. Joe's gone for a 2-3 Town win, 3-2 Town win, should I say? And I've gone for a 2-1 Town win. So we're all feeling positive about this game. And you know what? Positivity is what we like. And, if we see the intent, we see everything, then we're going to, if we see the positive signs and we've on the back of that win last week, we're going to be a lot more positive. So, yeah, we believe in this group and we can actually really go there, play our own game, give it a go. Show some attacking intent. We'll go forward when we can as well. The game I'm expecting tomorrow, like I said, I think obviously they are a possession-based side, so they're going to have quite a lot of the ball. So I think that for us, I think we're going to have to be very good on the ball as well. So when we do have it, we're going to have to keep it, and I think, so I think that, so we can't afford to just keep giving it back. Obviously, I'm kind of speaking obviously here, but I just think the game that, obviously they are the home side, so, but I think the start of this game is crucial. I think that we have to start well on, and I think it will be. I think we will start well. I know obviously it was quite a slow start last weekend, but I think we have to start well in this game, and I think we will. And but that's kind of the game I'm expecting. Probably they'll have more of the ball, but I think that we can also make use of the ball when we have it, and see, and really test them, really give them a game, really, and really shock them, really, in terms of, obviously I don't think they'll underestimate us this time. Obviously, they'll know what we're about, but, and obviously obviously got a new manager in, so not a new manager, but obviously a different manager to what they faced in last year, so they'll know to expect a tough game, I think. But we're gonna have to see, but that's kind of the game that I expect. Keith's gone for a 2-0 Town. Come on, nice. So you've gone for a clean sheet, which I love to see. Very nice. Well, I'll certainly take that as well. Guys, we've all gone for wins, which it's nice to have some positivity. Before Worthington came in, it was just the same things every week we were saying, wasn't it? And it's just nice to have a bit of positivity back, and feeling confident in our side that we can get a win. Now we've got the approach. We know the approach to games will now be a lot better, especially under Worthington. Nice. Great live stream, mate, as always. I love to watch them. I wonder what's coming up on Monday. I will announce the results of the poll that I did on my socials, because I was a bit undecided what to do on Monday schedule, but I'll reveal the results after this live. So we'll do that. But stay tuned for that. And also, guys, I am going to the game tomorrow, so there is going to be a little vlog for you all. Yes, the vlogs are back on the channel. I am going to the game, as I said, tomorrow. Really looking forward to it. A good away. It's a long away day, let me tell you that. We all know that. It's such a long way, especially on the coach. But so more content coming tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, obviously, but stay tuned for that. But there'll be a vlog tomorrow. My own style vlog that I like to do. Not vlogging the match, essentially, but you know how my vlogs work, guys. So anybody that's watched them, and if you haven't watched them, you can have a little bit of a flavour before you see this one. They're on my channel. I've done quite a few, but it's been a while since I did last did a vlog, so it'd be good to do one. So stay tuned for that. And then Monday, I'm not going to reveal what's happening Monday, because like I said, I'm not sure what we're doing with the scheduling. Tuesday, we'll be doing. The neutral games that I said that I was going to. I'm going to go to a neutral game on Tuesday. So I'm going to keep you guessing where I'm actually going to be heading on Tuesday night, actually. So we're not going to reveal that yet, but there's another vlog coming on Tuesday as well. So 2 quick vlogs in succession. So it's going to be a busy week content-wise. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this stream as well. I really appreciate you all being here. But just to finish, I do want to have a look at the league table quickly before we wrap up. We are going to wrap up very soon, next 5 minutes. One quote to finish with. This is anyone can beat anyone. Yeah, indeed. Anyone can beat anyone in this division. I think Lee Nichols will be man of the match tomorrow. Nice. Yeah, it'll be probably quite busy, won't it? Great stream, I hope, for another positive Town weekend. Up the Town. John Worthington's Birmingham. Indeed. But before you guys go, let me just have a look at the table. Let's just set the scene. So here's the table, guys. So obviously it's quite tight at the bottom, isn't it? Look at this. From 21st to 16th. There's only 2 points in it. And I just think if we were actually to win this game, we could actually move up quite a few places, which would be lovely to see, of course. Obviously, QPR obviously below us. We don't want to be looking below us anyway, to be honest with you, but obviously QPR chasing us still. But yeah, we're looking up. Let's look up. So yeah, 2 points from 21st to 16th. So yeah, a win as well on tomorrow would be huge for us, and it could move us up a few places, like I said. So that's the table ahead of the game this weekend. So yeah, it's nicely poised. Now I was going to do a little bit of a bulletin part of the show. Yeah, Kean Harrott. We're going to speak about Kean Harrott now. Obviously, we've kind of wrapped up the preview, but we're going to just finish on this as we usually do on these previews. Yeah, Kean Harrott's obviously. There was a statement from the club about Kean Harrott about him being suspended from all football and football-related activity for 4 months after admitting breaches of FA rule, whatever, which relates to placing bets on football. Kean immediately admitted the offences upon being charged and has fully cooperated with the subsequent FA and club investigations. The club will now support Kean, who is currently recovering from hamstring surgery, through the next 4 months ahead of his return to football activity. The club will make no further comments. So, yeah, this obviously came as a big surprise. Obviously, I wasn't kind of expecting. Well, I don't think anybody will expect something like this coming out. But yeah, obviously he's injured at the moment. But I was kind of surprised at this. I think he's still young. You got to say that. Still, he knows he's done wrong. And I think that's as far as we go with it, really. Obviously, he's getting his punishment. And but yeah, I don't think it's something that we want to see or hear. But yeah, obviously he's admitted it straight away. And yeah, but yeah, obviously that I wanted to cover that Kean Harrott news. And yeah, like I said, we kind of touched on it earlier, but obviously Blackburn have now got John Eustace, so that rules him out of the running for the job for us. I mean, for me, I wouldn't have gone with him anyway, but yeah, so he's gone to Blackburn after John Dal Thomason obviously left Blackburn. But yeah, so that's another name that's gone out of the mix. And yeah, obviously, I'm not going to cover the manager odds at the moment. I mean, I could do if you like, but I think we're just going to have to wait and see, I think. There's a few names that, well, specifically one name that I think is quite interesting. The Italian, that is the name of, what's his name now? Paolo. I'm not very prepared here. But I haven't done much of my let me just have a look quickly, guys. Hang on. That. Yeah, thank you for sticking with me a minute. He's actually gone down again now, actually. So yeah, maybe not. He was actually at 12-1. Now he's gone down. Maybe he was not. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was at 16-1. I don't think it's changed that much. Paolo Bianco. He's done wrong second time he's been in trouble. Yeah, he has been in trouble a lot, hasn't he? So, I mean, sometimes when that happens, I always think to myself, and I know it's not really fair to do this, but has he got the right people around him and advising him in the correct way? Look, I don't know any, about the people that are kind of around him, but I just think there might be just one kind of maybe an agent or something. I don't know if he's got an agent or whatever, but yeah, obviously people need to be speaking to him about it. Obviously his family, I'm sure his family will. Obviously, I don't know if he's got an agent or whoever is around him, supporting him. But yeah, I think now it's second time. I agree. Obviously, different offence, but still getting into trouble. You just need to kind of pull him to one side and just have a really good chat with him, really, and say, look, we really do need to cut this out, really, because, at the end of the day, he's young. He doesn't want to jeopardize his career, and you can turn it around. But yeah, he just needs to. I'm sure, obviously, people have already had those conversations with him before, but since the news broke, sorry, but I think, yeah, something needs to give, doesn't it, in that regard? But yeah, guys, thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's been a pleasure to be with you all. A very early start for me tomorrow. I'm not looking forward to it, that early start, but I'm looking forward to the day out on the game. But yeah, obviously I'll be vlogging in the game, so stay tuned. It'll be up tomorrow night, the vlog, so hopefully you enjoy that. So yeah, be good to get them back on the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I say, if you are watching this on playback, let me know your comments down below on this game, score predictions, whatever else you want to say. Feel free to comment. I'd love to hear from you as well. Please make sure you do smash the like, subscribe if you're new, and like, obviously, share. It really does help with getting the video out there, liking the video and things. So I appreciate you all for that. And I appreciate you all that have been here with me tonight with your amazing contributions. It's been brilliant, really good stream. We enjoyed it. And Joseph Sheffield Wednesday beating Brum 1-0. Ooh, interesting. Well, will they be able to hold out, I wonder, but we'll have to see. But anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you are going to the game tomorrow and you do see me, do make sure to come and say hello. It'd be good to kind of put faces to a few names that are tuning into my content. But yeah, if you're going down there as well, by the way, safe travels. Enjoy the game if I don't see you. But yeah, hopefully it's a happy weekend. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, whatever you get up to, guys. But until the next time, I am out. Good night and take care of yourselves. See you later.